Welcome students to today's session. Today's topic is transportation in man, that is circulation in man. Before studying circulation, we will look into what is the composition of blood. The blood has three types of cells suspended in a fluid called as plasma. The first type of cell is the RBC, which is a carrier of oxygen. Second type of cell is WBC or white blood corpuscles, which provides immunity. The third type is platelets, which is involved in clotting of blood. Plasma is the medium in which these three cells floating, and plasma's role is transportation of nutrients, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste material. We shall look at the pictures of red blood cells. They are disc-shaped, tiny structures. The size and shape is so that they can move fast through your blood vessels, carrying oxygen and carrying carbon dioxide. White blood cells are the cells which provide immunity to your body. They are different types, as you can see: eosinophils, neutrophils, monocytes, platelets, B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, etc. These form our defense mechanism which fight against foreign organisms and protect our body from diseases. Platelets are very tiny cells. These are platelets which are involved in clotting of blood. Let us see how a clot looks like. These are the proteins formed as fibrinogen, the help of platelet cells which prevent blood from oozing out of a cut or wound in the body. Let us look at the differences between blood and lymph. Blood is a fluid moving through the blood vessels. Lymph is a tissue fluid. Blood is red in color. Lymph is pale yellow in color. Blood is proteinaceous. Lymph is less proteinaceous. The direction of flow of blood is heart to tissues. Direction of flow of lymph is tissues to heart. Blood is involved in transportation of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste. And lymph is a carrier of digested fats from intestine, drains back excess fluid into the blood. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries carry blood from heart to organs. Veins collect blood from organs to heart. Arteries are thick-walled to carry blood with pressure. Veins are thin-walled. Blood is no longer under pressure. Arteries have no walls. Veins contain walls which will prevent reverse flow of the blood. Arteries end in capillaries. Veins start with capillaries. Now we shall look into the structure of the heart. The heart is of the size of a fist and located slightly towards the left side of your chest cavity. Let us look into the parts of the heart. Heart is a double membraned organ and it is divided at the center by a septum and further divided into four chambers. The chambers are the right atrium and the left atrium on the upper side, the right ventricle and left ventricle on the lower side. The left side of the heart is separated by a wall which is called as mitral wall, and the right side of the heart is separated by a wall which is called as tricuspid wall. The largest artery running out from the heart is aorta, which pumps blood to the entire parts of the body. The largest vein which carries blood into the heart from the upper part of the body is superior vena cava, and the lower part of the body is called as inferior vena cava. Now there are two special vein and artery, the right pulmonary vein and the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary veins are of two, right and left pulmonary vein. Now Pulmonary is the term associated with the lungs. Now, the, the arteries and veins associated with lungs carry blood of the opposite types. The pulmonary artery takes deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs for purification. And the pulmonary veins on either side, they bring in oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart for circulation. So they do reverse function as associated with the other arteries or veins. The term pulmonary is associated with lungs, and the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood and the pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood. Let us look into double circulation in man. During double circulation, the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body comes into the right atrium carried by the superior vena cava. The deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body is carried by inferior vena cava into the right atrium. This happens simultaneously. On atrial contraction on the right side, the blood moves into the right ventricle. On ventricular contraction, the blood moves into the pulmonary artery to both the lungs on either side for oxygenation. At the same time, on the left side, blood from the lungs comes into the left atrium through pulmonary vein on either side. On atrial contraction on the left side, the blood moves into the left ventricle. On ventricular contraction, the oxygenated blood is pumped with force into the aorta for circulation in the entire body. Now, in this process, the blood enters into the heart two times, once through the right side and after oxygenation through the left side. Hence, circulation in man is called as double circulation. Here you have the schematic circulation taking place in the heart or the body of heart and the body of an organism. The blood on the left side is oxygenated blood and it is pumped through the aorta. It goes into the entire body. The blood is carried after deoxygenation by the venous system, comes to the right side of the heart, and then it goes into the lungs for oxygenation. If there is an error with the heart, it can be recorded by an instrument which is called as electrocardiogram. The electrical signals of the heart are recorded, and if there are errors to the beating of the heart, it will be recorded in a graph which is called as ECG. So this is about transportation in man. That is all for today's session. Thank you.